Can take them. He said they make love to their computer. I said, I don't want to hear about that. Doesn't sound too good. Condoms for Hamas. I think there's not a contract that's sent in government that I couldn't come. But we're gonna see about that. We're looking at Greenland. And we have to take back the Panama Canal.
A panicked Donald Trump and cognitively addled Donald Trump is seeing that his approval ratings are sinking as he is already crashing the economy, whether it's the new Quinnipiac, Reuters, Ipsos poll. His approval rating is dropping quickly. So Donald Trump's trying all of the scams. Hey, we're looking for gold in Fort Knox. Look over there. Hey, you want me to talk to you more about condoms in Hamas and Gaza? Just making stuff up over and over again. Let me show you what went down. Donald Trump just gave a speech at the governor's conference, Republican governor's conference. And here is what he said. First, he said, I think there's not a contract in government that I could not come. Here, play this clip.
Try and get it down. And literally every contract. I think there's not a contract that's sent in government that I couldn't come and that many of you couldn't cut and cut.
The hell is he talking about? Then he talks about people having sex with computers. Here, play this clip.
The trait that they really have was that they're extraordinary with computers. They can take them. He said they make love to their computer. I said, I don't want to hear about that. Doesn't sound too good. He said they can take apart the most complex computer instruments and literally put them back blindfolded. So when they go into some guy that's ripping off the country by doing some of the things you've just heard or what you're going to hear, they can't be bullshitted. You know, they can't say, oh, gee, there was a mistake. There was a big...
Seriously, what in the world is this guy talking about? He's going to throw out all the distractions one by one. And then like the snake oil salesman he is at the Republican governor's conference, he goes, look, we can bring energy down. Then everything comes down, right? Let's bring the energy, drill, baby, drill. And then the eggs are coming down. The bacon is coming down. Here, play this clip.
It's going to be. Thanks a lot, Chris. Good. Go out there. If we can bring energy down, everything's coming down. You know, the eggs are coming down and the bacon's coming down. Everything is coming down. And that's the biggest thing, the energy. So those two guys are very important.
No, Donald, you are causing inflation to go up, up, up. Right now, for like the first time in a very long time, Americans believe inflation's going to hit like 4.3, 5%. Americans have stopped spending. The Walmart financial report from earlier in the day was devastating. Your tariffs and threatened tariffs have caused boycotts of America, retaliatory tariffs. Elon Musk firing key people has caused utter chaos. Here, Donald Trump talks about how Elon's really a caring guy. He's a very caring person. Play this clip.
Most of you can do that, and some of you do it. Some of you do, you know, you have surplus states, you have incredible states, and you have to do that because every time somebody sends you a bill, they expect to be negotiated. And in the past administration, and sometimes I guess in this it happens because people don't care. You know, Elon talks about caring. Caring is very important. And they have to care. If they care, they say, no, I'll pay you. They'll send you a bill for $10,000 and you say, nope, I'll give you $5,000. And they'll say, no way, no way, no way. And you'll end up paying $6,000 or $7,000 or something. But all you have to do is care a little bit and try and get it down. And literally every contract. I think there's not a contract that's sent in government that I couldn't come and that many of you couldn't cut. And cut very substantially. And boy, what a difference it would make for the government.
And you know Donald Trump is getting desperate, especially as we've seen now these Republican town halls. Republican Congress members are getting berated by their Republican voters. How the hell are you letting Elon Musk and these billionaires get access to our private data? How the hell are you letting them fire all of these people who are keeping the government running? So what's Donald Trump doing? His new scam and Elon's scam is they talk about how they're going to be searching for gold in Fort Knox and they're going to inspect it. They're going to inspect the gold for everybody. Here, play this clip.
And I'm going to do something. I'm actually going on this one. You know, all my life I've heard about Fort Knox. That's where the gold is kept, right? I heard Fort Knox. Oh, but you know, we're getting a little bit shaky. We're getting the yips on this stuff. Like, I want to find out. So we're going to open up the doors. I'm going to see if we have gold there. We want to find out. Did anybody steal the gold in Fort Knox? It's a pretty amazing place, but I'm going to actually go. We're going to open the doors. We're going to inspect Fort Knox. We want to make sure that we actually have, you know, 400 tons of gold or whatever the hell it is. It's a lot of gold. I don't want to open it and the cupboards are bare Could happen. If you look at some of the things, oh, by the way, wait till we go into the education department. We haven't even done that. So
no, Donald, we want you to just lower the freaking prices like you promised would happen on day one. Former President Biden was lowering the prices. Inflation was supposed to hit 2%. That's the trajectory under Biden. Now it's going past 3% and it's going to hit 4 and 5%. What the hell are you doing, Donald? Oh, and then here, Donald Trump, he's fascinated by the word BRICS, BRICS, like the BRICS bloc, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. And Donald Trump's like, there's like 6 of them. First off, there's not 6 of them. If you were going to go by the letters of BRICS right there, there would be 5 of them. But there's a bigger coalition of BRICS bloc nations. But Trump, like in past statements, has been like, China's not a BRICS nation. He said that Spain was a BRICS nation. Spain's part of the EU. This guy is an idiot and a dangerous one. Play this clip.
It's over a barrel. How about BRICS? You know, the BRICS states are like 6 of them. And they were trying to destroy our dollar. They were going to say, you know, they wanted to create a new currency. They probably wanted to use the yuan, China. They wanted to use the yuan. And Biden said, well, this is a tough situation. There's not much we can do about that. We can't help that. I said, oh, we can help it. So when I came in, the first thing I said is any BRIC state that even mentions the destruction of the dollar will be charged a 150% tariff. And we don't want your goods. We don't want to partake. And the BRIC states just broke up. I don't know what the hell happened to them. We haven't heard from the BRIC states lately.
Donald Trump then continues to spread these lies with Elon Musk about tens of millions of deceased people getting Social Security. Not true. They didn't know how to read the coding language at the Social Security Administration, and they are using this as pretext to take away your Social Security. Yes, your Social Security, your Medicare, your Medicaid is on the chopping blocks. You don't believe me? They told you they weren't going to institute Project 2025. That's exactly what they are doing. You think they're not lying again? By the way, they're saying that there's all this fraud when there isn't because they're coming after your Social Security. Here, play this clip.
There was a big mistake, and we're finding hundreds of billions of dollars worth of fraud, waste and abuse, but I think fraud will be the number one as we see. But listen to this on the program. There are 4.7 million Social Security members who go and live from 100 to 109. Well, I'll tell you, I know some people that are close to 100. I know 1 or 2 that got over that mark. But you don't have millions. 3.6 million people from age 110 to age 119. 3.47 million people from age 120 to 129. In other words, 120 to 129 years old. Millions of people, millions. 3.9 million people from age 130 to 139, which is pretty amazing because the longest living person ever on record, and they're not sure it was correct, was a woman from a very far away place, lived to 127 years old. She was a healthy specimen, but she lived to 127. 3.5 million people from age 140 to 149. So we have 140-year-old people plus millions of them. 1.3 million people live to over 150 years of age, 150 to 159 to be exact. Over 130,000 people over the age of 160 years old, including 1,039 people between the ages of 220 to 229. And we're going to be investigating this fraud. Actually, we had one person who was 361 years old. And what we're doing now is we're finding how many of these people were paid. So we have millions of people, could be well over 100 million people in our Social Security rolls. So the good news is when we take them off, whether they were paid or not, it looks like our Social Security could be really solid. It could be a lot better than we thought, if you think about it.
More from the scam artist Donald Trump. Can you see what a desperate, weak, pathetic scam artist he is? Here he is saying, we could find as much as $1.5 trillion worth of waste. We're finding 60 billion in one country. What country? One country alone. This guy is addled. If you have someone in your life who has dementia, like I do, you know that I have someone in my family who has it, and I've had friends, and I'm not saying Trump has it, but it looks like someone who has it. Here, play this clip.
We could find as much as $1.5 trillion worth of waste, fraud, and abuse. If we do that, we can balance budgets. We can do a lot of other things, especially when you couple it with the massive amounts of tariffs that are coming in already. Just with what we are charging. I won't mention the country because I don't want to anger people that like me, and I like them very much. But we're finding at least $60 billion a year in one country alone, and I haven't even started. It's just a very small portion that I've attached to them. So I got a call from Congress. They said, a lot of money is coming in from these tariffs, and they're starting to change their whole thing. So if you can add the tariffs, and this is numbers that I don't want to say it because then they'll say he didn't produce, but you could wipe out your income tax. You could maybe not even have an income tax system when this thing works out.
Then here Donald Trump says, and they tell me I'm not allowed to, here he tries to act like he's going to run again and that he's going to be a dictator. Because again, this is all about distraction. I just want you to be clear what he's doing here. He's like, I could run again. I'm going to run. Ooh, is that going to get the headline? They're going to write about that. No, Donald, we're going to write about you being a pathetic, weak fool. And we're going to be calling out your distraction techniques as you crash our economy and give our private data, medical records, tax records to Elon Musk and these billionaires. And then your right-wing propaganda networks just say, trust me, bro. Trust me, bro. Here, play this clip.
In 3 weeks, can you believe that? 6. So we've got that money, and I got to spend it somewhere. And they tell me I'm not allowed to run. I'm not sure. Is that true? I'm not sure. So if I can't spend it on me, I guess that means I'm going to be spending it on some of my friends, right? A lot of my friends.
Here, Donald Trump is once again lying about $100 million for condoms for Hamas. You see how nervous he is actually addressing these Republican governors because he knows that in their states, they're getting shit from their people, from the Republican voters are like, what the hell is happening? So what Trump's doing here is he's loading them with the BS talking points to delay and distract. Play this clip.
But we're draining the swamp. And, one of them was $100 million for condoms for Hamas. You heard about that. 50 and 50. It's 50 million, and then they decided they needed more condoms, so they sent another 50 million. So it's 100 million condoms for Hamas.
And finally here, Donald Trump. I'll give you 2 more. Donald Trump talks about Lara Trump and said there's no nepotism. Play this clip.
Really unbelievable, and you're going to be working with him very closely. RNC Chairman Michael Whatley. And Michael worked with Lara, and the team of him and Lara were pretty unbeatable, I would say. She was great and had the victory, and she's solid. There was no nepotism either. Nobody said, oh, gee. They said, how did you get her? And I said to Michael, so who would you like to work with? Well, how about Lara again? But Lara came right after we won. She said, now, Dad, I want to go home to my family. She did a great job, and she just
so utterly pathetic. And then here, Donald Trump claims that his approval rating is now 71. He claims he has a 71 approval. No, Donald, it's like 44, 45, 43 in some polls. Your polling on economic numbers is going down the toilet. This is supposed to be the honeymoon phase. Americans want a divorce already, or in a temporary restraining order, and a full restraining order. Here, play this clip.
I think so far we're very popular. I had an approval rating today of 71 and another one of 69. I have not heard of those numbers before.
By the way, Donald Trump is losing voters quickly amongst young voters, Hispanic voters, black voters, and although it doesn't say here, senior citizens who know that their Medicaid, Social Security, Medicare is going to be cut as well. Trump is losing support there. What a disastrous speech. But you see how pathetic and panicked he looks in front of the GOP governors. Let me know what you think. Hit subscribe. We're on our way to 5 million subscribers. Thanks for watching.
Can't get enough Meidas? Check out the Meidas Plus Substack for ad-free articles, reports, podcasts, daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, and more. Sign up for free now at MeidasPlus.com.